That's bad time management, sweetheart.
If you're hearing our voices, that means it's time for It's This Meets Out, the podcast where we watch the worst movies from trailer to end credits. So you don't have to, but maybe you should. I'm Russ.
I'm Jared.
You see, I still pause. I'm still pausing.
Never gets easier.
No, my brain is... It never gets easier as you get older. My brain is just still stuck.
Yeah, when 300 episodes go by and you just...
It's ingrained. I wake up in the middle of the night. I'm like, oh, watch episodes scene by scene. I'm like,
if you're hearing our voices...
I'm first. This means up. All right, enough of that shenanigans. What did you say at the beginning? What did you call me?
Sweetheart.
Sweetheart.
Yeah, it's bad time management, sweetheart.
Don't
Near
we all?
and dear to our hearts.
Don't we all? Don't we all? So this is our... Are we calling it a full summary now? Full summary or full breakdown?
Yeah, an abridged, like we used to.
An abridged full breakdown.
That's right.
An abridged full breakdown of...
We've got abridged too far.
the two words that I apparently have a really hard time saying together. Irish wish. Is that right? Irish wish.
Irish wish. That's right.
Irish wish.
Irish challenge for some.
Irish wish. Pirates be damned.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the Netflix Hallmark 2024 movie with Lindsay Lohan. So.
Yep. Number 2 or 3 or whatever in her last deal. She keeps getting them, so I think they're going to keep making them.
Well, she inked this like as part of I think as part of the two picture deal, because she inked this back in her early 2020s there, 21, 22, and then it was I think it was Falling for Christmas, and then this guy.
Yeah.
So,
and then the last one that we did.
I don't even remember.
They just keep making them all.
Yeah, I don't. I'm like, wait, did we do another one that I forgot about? That's all the same. It's all the same.
We've done so many.
Oh my God, Lindsay, call us.
Lindsay.
Ms. Lohan, I mean. All right, so do you want to give the log line, and then you're going to give a summary later on, but let's do the log line.
Right.
Anyways, right? Yeah, let's just really hammer home what this movie's about.
Well, my summary is like 4 sentences. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You expound.
Totally different.
Upon a basis. Yes,
that's
totally
right.
different.
Includes the end.
Right.
So the premise here, when the love of Maddie's life gets engaged to her best friend, she puts her feelings aside to be a bridesmaid at their wedding in Ireland. Like, that doesn't really tell us anything.
I mean, it's just whatever. It's whatever. It's celery.
That's the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Our prognostications.
Do not recall.
Yeah, I didn't edit this episode data one yet, so I don't know.
Listeners,
as of now,
we're sorry.
By the time this comes out, I'll have already done it because obviously, listener, you've listened to it. But at this point of recording, because how time works, time management, how time management works.
Sweetie.
Yeah, I don't remember. What did we? I can't remember at all.
I literally have no idea.
I can't wait to go back and listen to it. I do know that I guessed right that he was a best-selling author. I know I got that right. So that's the only thing I remember saying that.
I was gonna say, yeah, I guess we did because we don't know anything about them otherwise.
No, I think we made up. Should we just make up new ones right now, really quickly, that we think we might be?
That we think we thought we did?
Even though now we saw it? Are we prognosticating what we prognosticated?
I think I was hoping it was going to be a Freaky Friday situation, and it kind of was.
Yeah, no, I think that's actually what you definitely wished or was asking for. I can't even remember. I can't even put together.
No, me neither.
Wow, that's
totally
crazy.
Blacked out.
Well, that was like 2 weeks ago, so 3 weeks.
I was going to say,
this point.
Peek behind the curtain. Usually we do them a little bit closer to, like, it's usually Wednesday and then a Saturday recording session, listeners. This one was like a Monday and then a 2 weeks from then Saturday.
I can't remember what I did that long ago. I don't even know.
I don't remember
said
yesterday. Yeah.
Just record it and play it back for me.
Yeah. We have enough trouble 3 days later, let alone 2 weeks.
Just like, what the hell did we say? 300 episodes in, you'd think we'd be better about like taking notes about things we say so we can reference those things. But that's just, we don't have, well, we do have an intern, don't we?
Yeah, we have a bunch, yeah.
We do. We have a whole team.
We have many employees.
What do they do? What are they doing? What do they even
Good question.
do? Right?
You're all fucking fired.
Yeah. 'Tis the season. Let's go. Take a chainsaw to this. Yeah, let's take a chainsaw to this thing.
ITMT Industries, we're shutting her down.
Shutting it down. Just wasteful spending. of $0. Okay, so that's it. We don't even know what we said. So prognosticate. Go back and listen to that episode, and then come back to this one, and then you can see how we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. All right, quick info. You want some?
Please.
All right, this is the crew. We got a crew here. So we got Janine Damian, directed by. So you may recognize that name from such hit as Falling for Christmas.
Such hit.
Such hit as Falling for Christmas. So, which we also did. So you can go back and listen to that one. This is only her second film that she's directed. So,
wow. Well, this one was better. I think this one was a little more cohesive, but it wasn't as funny. Falling for Christmas was like, give me more Lindsay Lohan falling off a mountain. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Get Lindsay Lohan doing more slapstick, her own slapstick comedy stunts. Let's get into it. Let's get back to it. She
tripped a couple of times in this one. Not good enough.
Push
her off a mountain.
Yeah, I need more of her falling out of a boat into water,
Yes.
Oh man, that's awesome.
I want
classic Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan Looney Tunes. Yeah. That's what I need. Like smash into a wall chasing a roadrunner or something.
Yeah. Live action Looney Lohan. Let's go.
Yes.
Janine, she's a producer. I'm a producer. So she produced a lot of just TV movies. I think a lot of these are, falling in the Hallmark category. I think that's what Netflix is. A good chunk of their filmography here. The $18 million, or what did they say it was? Not 18 million, it was probably 18 billion, whatever they said, 18 something they're putting into like new content or something.
Yeah. Yep.
Tell me it wasn't 18 million. It had to be more than that.
No, I'm sure. Because they spend $100 million on like, whatever, like any stupid action movie that they make now.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, we got The Rock and we got Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler and it cost us $300 million. And you're like, why?
And if I'm doing their math correct here, 18 million would make 3 of these movies. If I'm doing the Hallmark Netflix formula math correct, those movies cost about 5 million. So they could do 3 of these for 18.
Yeah. This movie had to have cost nothing.
Like Lindsay Lohan and...
Like renting that house was probably
to Ireland.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, that's it. Like
tons of good tax credits in Ireland for filming too. So like, there's no way they spent much on this.
No. So that's Janine. She's working her way up the Netflix Hallmark ladder here. Screenwriter was Kirsten Hansen. Kirsten. Yeah.
Let's go with Kirsten.
That feels right?
Yeah.
So she's mostly done writing. She produced some stuff, of course, because we've all produced things. She's directed a couple things, short TV movie, 2 things, I should say. When I say couple, I actually really mean just a couple of things.
2, okay.
But she's a writer. She's got 12 credits. And they're all...
wow.
It's all TV movies.
12
so I think
full length? Oh, okay.
No, yeah, she's got like a video. I mean, not stuff that's not even listed, but the rest of it's all TV movies, which all feels like Hallmark stuff, like Love Under the Rainbow, Return to Christmas Creek, Christmas on My Mind.
Oh boy,
Cross Country Christmas. You see a theme? Right. You see a theme running here?
No.
Nantucket Noel, and then Irish Wish. Irish Wish.
Wait, she didn't do Falling for Christmas?
She did not do Falling for Christmas. It's not on air. Of all the Christmas ones she didn't do, that was it. Which we should remind listeners to go listen to that episode because we crushed it. So
please, that was a fun one, I think.
That was back when we did
Lindsay Lohan falls off a cliff. It's wicked funny.
That's back when we did scene by scene still. So
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Times have changed.
So that's Kirsten. Hey, keep writing.
Yeah, keep at it.
Whatever.
You'll only get better, I'm sure.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. But if you're just working and you're getting paid,
you don't need to get better.
Like, if you're meeting expectations, then do that. Get that paycheck, Kirsten. Who cares?
Yeah, she figured it out.
Pillar number 1, 2025, make money. Who gives a shit if it's good? Doesn't matter. Make money.
At any cost.
Build that nest egg because it probably won't last long. So.
Yeah. You're thinking we're looking at a Deutschmark situation?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just roll up with a wheelbarrow full of cash these days. Buy a loaf of bread.
Yeah, roll it to some crypto or something. I don't know. Do something.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So who's in this movie? We got Lindsay Lohan, fan favorite, cast best BFF of the pod at this point.
Super best friend. Yeah.
BFFP. She
Lindsay.
plays. She plays Matty, our main character who looks for a wish. It's Speleers.
Yeah, I guess Speleers.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
he plays James, the camera guy, the guy who's going to break up the wedding.
Yep, the English guy.
Yeah, the English guy. Alexander Vlahos.
Yeah,
plays
like that.
Paul, Paul Kennedy, the author / guy that she wishes to be getting married to.
Tell me he's doing an accent. Is he really Irish, or is he doing an accent?
Well, I think it's weird because I think he's supposed to be, Alexander Vlahos. I don't think that's...
It doesn't sound Irish.
It doesn't sound very Irish to me. South Wales.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so he is doing an accent. Nice.
Oh, wait, did I get this? I get this mixed up. I'm sorry.
Oh, did? Is Alexander Vlahos James, and it's Speleers is...
This does not look like him at all. You should look him up.
Oh, boy.
Did they get this mixed up? No, this is right. No, that's him. Okay, so yeah, this is Paul. Yeah, that's Paul Kennedy. Okay, wow. The photo of him on IMDb, I'm like, is this the right guy?
All right, I'm looking.
You should take a look. I was like, this can't be.
Interesting.
So yes, Paul Kennedy. He
doesn't look like him at all.
He, right. So he was born in Swansea, South Wales. So yeah.
Okay, so he is doing an accent. That makes me feel better.
A little bit.
Because it's a little over the top, I think, sometimes.
a little bit. Who else are we looking at here? So then, okay, so those are the dudes.
Yep.
Okay. We got Elizabeth Tan plays Emma. She's a friend of, not the pod, but of Lindsay's character, Matty. She is the one who is going to get married to Paul Kennedy.
Yep.
But then the wish breaks things up.
You should do an accent.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm from Des Moines, Iowa, British, via Britain.
Is Elizabeth Tan really from Des Moines, Iowa?
No. But like, she's supposed to be in the movie though.
Is she?
Like, they're childhood friends. Yes.
Oh, that's right.
You're like, oh, you grew up in Des Moines.
That's right, because the mom is from Des Moines.
Yes.
And they were childhood friends. I thought they met like later on, like in college or something.
No. They're like, well, we're friends since we were little kids.
Oh my god, that is amazing. Nice catch there. Okay, so then Ayesha Curry plays Heather, the other friend. We get Jacinta Mulcahy,
I think. Yeah.
Mulcahy. There we go. Yeah, plays Mom Kennedy, Paul's mom. There, she's kind of important. She has some stuff.
Yeah.
Jane Seymour, best friend of the pod now at this point.
Yep, that's true.
Friendsgiving and something else we did, I'm sure.
Yeah. At least one other one.
One other one. It doesn't matter. You can look it up. Yeah. That's the Easter egg for the listeners to go find. She plays Maddie's mom. Dawn Bradfield plays Saint Brigid. Saint Brigid.
Brigid. Yeah, Brigid.
Like the boats. And then James Sadat plays the bully. I don't remember there being a bully.
I don't remember there being a bully either.
Oh, you know who that is? It's the kid in the high school when mom is walking through and he's like says something and the mom turns to him and is like, "Hey, shut your," or whatever.
Okay, yeah, he had half a line.
Yeah, he had bully vibes about him.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Numbers, there are none because I couldn't dig any up because it's a Netflix flick. So
Netflix. Yeah.
But
like we already talked about, probably cost $25 to make.
Yeah. Going by the things that we know and how many movies we've done like this and the Hallmark formula for about, I think they said they started pumping these movies out for like 5 million and Netflix is clearly taking it. I'd say between 5 and 7 million around there, 6, 7, 8, 7 million, 8 million max, but there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah. No way. And probably most of that went to Lindsay, I would think.
Yeah. Majority's going to her and travel for everyone to go to Ireland, Yeah. So. Rotten Tomatoes, tight one here. 42% on the critical, 43% on the audience. So
outrageous.
Everyone
very generous.
Everyone agrees that. And I was skimming through all the comments and stuff, and people love Lindsay Lohan. I'm gonna be. I mean, I love Lindsay Lohan too, but I'm gonna be honest.
Same.
She just plays like the same character in all these movies. Like she's pretty much been the same.
Just my pitch.
Yeah, she's been the same person since Mean Girls. It's just the same thing, which is fine. It's she's charming and she's got a thing, but like
I was gonna say, except I think she's gotten worse at reading lines since then. Like, I feel like she used to be a better actor.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think she's like phoning it in now.
Yeah, maybe it's the house arrest. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. Well, you'd think you'd have plenty of time to practice. What do I know?
Just trying to get house arrested. Just trying to get your glamorous life back. That's all. So.
Well, I hope it works. We love Lindsay.
We do. You want some fast facts?
Back me, daddy.
I don't know why I ask. I'm just going to do it.
Well, so I can say back me, daddy.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So Paul Kennedy in the movie, he's got a friend named Finn. Paul's friend Finn is portrayed by Dakota Lohan.
What?
Lindsay Lohan's actual brother.
A family affair?
Yeah, this is even more of a family affair, and I will get there at the later facts here.
We love Lindsay. She employs the whole fam.
So there's a lake on the cover of his book. What was it? The Irish Hearts or something like that? Dual name of the book.
Yep, I remember.
Know this one.
Shit.
But
I'll look that up. You do your thing.
So there's a lake on the cover of the book, and there's a lake that they go to in the movie, and they're like, oh, this is a lake that's on the cover, yada yada, and there's a picnic. There's a kind of an important scene because that's the scene that sends her off to find the chair to go to the wish.
Two Irish Hearts is the name of the book.
Two Irish Hearts, that's it. That's Loch Tay, or Lake Tay, if you will, and is actually owned by the Guinness family and is not accessible to the public. So get out of there. You're
Guinness family, come on.
Yeah, settle down. There's, I guess there's also some Guinness family members buried over there too. So, yeah.
Lakes are for everyone.
Yeah, right. Don't just keep lakes. So,
right.
Fun stuff.
That is fun.
Family Affair. The end credit song "Coming Home" is written and sung by Lindsay's sister Aliana Lohan.
Oh wow!
Which she also did a song for "Falling for Christmas" too. So
that's right. Yeah.
Lohan's producing this thing, and again, it's just a family. It's nepotism. You just bring in the family, just get them jobs, just get them where they need to go.
I love that. Yeah.
I know. Me too. That's great. Whatever gives you an upper hand to.
It's exactly what we would do.
Yeah, absolutely. Use that upper hand to get you to pillar number one, making money. Do it.
That's right. Normal people doing normal stuff.
So the Kilruddery house, aka the giant castle that they filmed this in, which is Paul Kennedy's home. It's the film location of the Kennedy house in the film, the location of many of the garden scenes, including the lily pond and apple orchard, and the orangery. Is that a word? Orangery? Is that what you call an area where we go get our oranges? An orangery?
I think grove. I think it's usually a grove.
Yeah, orangery. What is
the orangery?
Look that up. Is that a real word?
Yeah, I'll get.
Is someone messing with me right now?
I think it's a British thing.
I was gonna say it's an orangery,
because it's a greenhouse where orange trees are grown. So not a grove. Groves are outside.
Right. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Orangeries are inside.
I don't think oranges are like one of their big export products.
No, sunny Ireland.
Yeah, they're not known for their oranges. I don't think.
The Florida of the UK. That's what we always say.
Wild horses and oranges. So that was the location of the wedding scene. So yeah, the Kilruddery house, giant castle out there. I don't know if you can go in there. I'm sure you can go visit it.
Yeah, I'm sure you can stand outside the gate at the very least.
Yeah, at least. I don't know. Look it up. You got the internet. So this is a fun one.
I love fun.
In the scene where, and I went back into the movie to double check this one. In the scene where James, their camera guy, the true love that she needs to go, track down. He opens Paul's book. Remember in the middle of the movie where they're having like the moment of like, he's like, oh, he took all these photos from the day, and he's looking at the photos, and it's very windy here. And he's taking, he's looking at the photos he took over, and he's in bed, and he grabs Paul's book, and he opens it up, and he starts reading through, some of it.
Yeah.
So the book,
we're just reading the acknowledgments.
Well, yeah. Well, he opens it.
Doesn't go any further than that.
He opens it. He's got a page. He has a page saved. Then he goes the acknowledgments, right? But the book the actor is actually holding is Undressing the American Male. Men with sexual problems and what women can do to help them.
What?
Yeah, written by Ava
Margolese.
Yeah, written by Ava Margolese and published in 1994. The book consists of self-help exercises, explanations, and assistance for men with sexual dysfunction issues. The book can be identified by reading the text when the page is visible, including the top of the page where the title is readable. So I went back and I looked at it, and it's like, yep, confirmed.
Is that Ed Speleers' personal copy or like?
I think that's our writer here, Kirsten Hansen, or maybe our director Janine Damian throwing a little thing.
A little shade there.
Yeah, a little shade at the American male.
Classic.
And I'm insulted.
I'm perplexed.
I don't care.
Interesting. That's a fun one.
Yeah, that's fun stuff. I like that. Sneak stuff in there. Go for it. There's a scene when Paul goes to the bookshop, which we'll talk about, and he gets he gets a book, but he also gets Paul's book, and
he inadvertently gets Paul's book.
Yeah, inadvertently.
Against his try.
The bookshop clerk also puts in James' bag a cross, which is St. Brigid's cross.
Oh,
St. Brigid's cross.
Like,
I don't know.
Are you gonna say Brigid the whole time?
I know. I got this stuck in my head. God damn it, St. Brigid's cross. So that's her cross. That stands for. That's her symbol. That's her.
That's fun.
If she were to get rid of her name like Prince and just go to a symbol, that would be it. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's fun.
One of my buddies' friend, not one of my buddy's friends. My buddy just named his kid Bridget last year.
I know one other Bridget. Wow. That's it. Yeah.
We each know a Bridget.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I wouldn't even say I know them. That's why they come into the brewery once in a while. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that doesn't count.
I'm like, hey, here's a beer.
Hey, here's a beer.
Here's a beer. Last one. Maddie boards a bus at the airport called Bridget's Signature Tours. Bridget is a saint who grants Maddie's wish, and Maddie later says that everything happened because of her.
Really landed on thick.
Yeah, just subtly, thickly putting it in there. So.
Yep. Movie thinks we're stupid. I got that for sure.
Oh yeah. Yes. This is fun. This is one of those movies that is designed for you to vacuum and then kind of pay attention once in a while, and they'll catch you up in 2 seconds. So.
Yep.
Or do some other chore.
Yeah. It's a chores movie for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't recommend it either. Like Falling for Christmas was hilarious. This movie, not hilarious.
And by hilarious, you mean like comparatively speaking?
Like the physical comedy was funny.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I would still just go do something else. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Go mow the lawn, but do it with like a pair of scissors or something,
Yeah. Like so you can't hear it.
Yes.
So mow the lawn like with a real lawnmower.
Yes.
With a real lawnmower running next to you, but you're cutting the lawn with scissors.
But you're cutting the lawn with, yes. Do that instead. So.
That tracks.
Do you want to Hollywood pitch me, motherfucker?
Do I ever? So this movie is very clearly Just My Luck meets The Game.
The Game.
So speaking of Lindsay Lohan and doing the same movie over and over again for ages.
Just My Luck. Whoops.
Yeah. Did you see that one?
I don't
way
think
back
so.
when?
No, I don't think so.
That's a 2006er with Chris Pine, other people.
Chris Pine?
Yeah.
Really?
Believe it or not. Yep. That's right. Early Chris Pine. Pre Star Trek Chris Pine.
2006. Wow. Oh yeah, look at him. He looks young, huh? 14%.
He does look young. Yeah. Way worse than this movie.
Wow.
Believe it or not.
Just My Luck.
Yeah. So the premise of that one actually is like, it's kind of this, it's very similar movie because Lindsay Lohan does these movies all the time, like we talked about. Yeah. And actually they even referenced it in this one. So remember when she's making the initial wish there on the wishing throne.
On the wish throne.
The Irish wish throne there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the St. Bridget is like, what were you expecting? Like earthquakes and lightning? And that's
that's a nod to this.
Well, it's a nod to this and Freaky Friday because they did it in both of those too.
So there was actually a fast fact trivia in IMDb about this, and I opted to skip it.
I opted to bring it back.
I was like, this is not, I don't care.
Yeah. It's not, but it happened, and I'm talking about it anyway. So same shit happens in this movie. Their basic premise of this one, Just My Luck, is they like meet at a party and they kiss and like swap luck. Like she has really good luck and Chris Pine has really bad luck, and so they just like swap luck.
It's not the only thing you swap when you're kissing.
Yeah, all herpes and all kinds of stuff.
Sorts of diseases and stuff. Don't kiss things or eat birds. Stay away from all
that. That's right. Yep. especially if you're wearing a bird mask.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah,
Because this is a masquerade thing. And there's actually it's like tons of overlap because the premise of Chris Pine's character, he's like a unpaid working in the arts kind of guy, like Lindsay Lohan is in this one. Well, I'm assuming she's getting paid, but it's very much like trying to break into an industry that's difficult to break into.
Yeah, music industry looks like he's into, right?
Exactly. Yeah, he's like works at like a record label trying to help this band, just like Lindsay's working as an editor trying to help this big author, but like also has their own ambitions of doing art things that they can't do because they haven't caught that big break yet. Yada yada yada. Yeah. Very very similar. They both like get into some hijinks along the way where they're like in Just My Luck. She ends up in jail briefly when she gets the bad luck, and like all these horrible things happen to her. Irish Wish, it's just like a never-ending barrage of like
bullshit
missteps. Yeah. Just shenanigans. It's so exhausting.
So exhausting.
But it all kinds of works out at the end where they basically just like reset everything and go back to normal. And you're like, oh, well, none of the movie matters. In the end. And they end up together because of course they do, just like in our movie here, right? Classic rom-com formula works every time.
So I was reading, going along with that, because you just mentioned that is Lindsay Lohan's jam. She was like interviewed about how like these types of rom-coms, like they kind of lost, like they are not really made anymore. And that's why she's like,
what?
Yeah. I was like, Lindsay,
that's not true.
Lindsay.
Lindsay,
I know you're on a presser right now and you're just saying fluffy things, but like these movies, like come talk to us. We'll tell you that these movies have been.
Have you opened Netflix recently?
Yeah.
Have you looked at your movies from the last few years?
Yeah. Like she's like, I think these rom-coms are, they're kind of, happy ending rom-coms just don't really exist anymore. I'm like, it's a formula. What? It's a formula, babe. Babe, it's a formula.
Even the same ones, like Freaky Friday 2 is coming out soon, or whatever. Anyways. Freaky Year Friday, whatever they're calling it.
Anyways, I just want to throw that there. But okay, go ahead.
I appreciate that. So, meets The Game. You remember The Game?
Yeah, are we talking Michael Douglas? David Fincher, The Game, Sean Penn.
We sure are.
Yeah, that movie's great. I love that movie.
Yep. So that's where I get a little wishful thinking. Because basically, listeners, in case you haven't seen The Game, the premise of that one is that Michael Douglas's character basically like slowly loses his mind over the course of the movie because people around him just like play hijinks and totally distort his sense of reality, trying to like get him involved in this game where he like accidentally kills people and tries to kill himself. It's like, it's really bleak. And so I was kind of hoping that they would do that in this movie. Like, can you imagine if like the St. Bridget character was like just like one of the writers, like
one of the writers, yeah. And it's all just part of the game. We're like, yeah, we got you. Part of the game. Happy birthday. She jumps off the roof because she has nothing else to live for and lands in a giant clover leaf looking safety net.
It would have been amazing.
I wish she prognosticated that.
Yes. And if you go back and watch it, like it kind of feels that way a lot of the time where you're like, are they like playing a prank on it? Because like the people are like very obviously like not remembering because it is like a totally other universe timeline where we're like, but is it?
Is it though? Is it?
Because like the same things happen. Like Emma and Paul like still kind of like have a little romance because in the movie it's explained as well. It's meant to be. It's the proper timeline. Right. But like, what if it's just they couldn't keep it together in the acting of like trying to fool Lindsay.
You can go like Truman Show with that. You could go. Yes. What was that John Candy? Do you remember that? Oh, you probably Delirious, I think it was called, or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
We might have used that one.
R.I.P.
Where he like falls, hits his head, and he's like a soap opera screenwriter or something like that, and he like starts living in his own soap opera.
Yes, in a coma. That's what I wanted this movie to be. Just like make it all like at the end, they're like, fooled you.
Yeah, she wakes up from the coma.
Yes.
She wakes up from the coma she had when she fell off the cliff and falling for Christmas.
Yes, perfect. It's perfect.
All these movies that she's making are just like in the same universe of her, like while she's in actual coma, like from the
Yes.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Yep. And I also appreciate the ending of The Game where like he's like now his reality has been so distorted by the game that he's like can't trust anyone anymore. Like has completely shattered his sense of reality.
It's like definitely like PTSD in that one. Like he's definitely screwed up. Thanks, little brother, for putting me through this.
Yes, and that's what I wanted to happen to Lindsay in this one. Like at the end, just like, can I trust anyone? No.
I love how the game, like the title, actually just really spoils the entire movie. Once you watch, you're like, oh yeah, this whole thing is just a game, and they literally call it the game at the end. Damn it, Fincher.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
A little bit of wishful thinking, but that's what I wish happened.
Oh man, mine's major.
Irish wish happens.
Irish wish. He sat in a chair. I wish this movie.
What do you got?
Okay, mine is. I combined two very good movies, and is definitely wishful thinking here.
Okay,
so I'm going. It's Avengers Endgame meets
what?
meets the Banshees of Inisherin. I figured I got to take it off the rails a little bit. So Avengers Endgame. Well, you and I got a little crossover here. Game in both of our Avengers. Avengers Endgame. You know, wedding day, kind of Endgame. That's the end of that, right? Getting married, right? You're done playing the game, kind of ending that.
Oh boy, you're like, and that's all I got.
Oh no! The wedding. You bring all the major players, all the big, the whole cast comes together in this big event type of situation. Endgame. You got all the Marvel heroes that coming together, right? Big event going to happen, right? There's more. I'm not just doing that. Yeah. The most important one, we're messing with timelines. Endgame, doing a little time traveling, change things. There's multiple timelines. This movie, kind of a multiverse, multi-timeline situation where she lives out one life and then, goes back and changes and lives the correct one. So
I was just saying, and there's characters that live outside the timeline too, like St. Bridget. Good point.
But the point is, of all these movies, and I've always said, is that there's only one timeline. Right? That's what these movies are all telling you. There's only one timeline that is actually supposed to work for you. So that means there's only one timeline. So stop with this multi-timeline stuff. So
that's true.
Right?
Fate is fate. Destiny is going to happen either way.
That's it. Like this is the one we got to be beyond. So that's it. So that's my moral comment of the day. Let's see. I think I had more stuff for Endgame too, but those are good ones. I think those are all fitting, right? Meets the Banshees.
Those are too long.
Yeah, both movies are too long. Yeah.
This is an hour and a half, and it's a long hour and a half.
It's a long hour and a half. Holy shit. Meets the Banshees of Inisherin. Did you see that one?
No.
Oh, fantastic movie. Like, you should go see it. So, Banshees of Inisherin, Irish film, takes place in the 20s, 30s during the Irish Civil War, which is off in the background. The whole movie is basically an allegory for the Civil War. And it's about two close friends, close buddies who all of a sudden, brothers of arms who then have this conflict and for no real good reason. And then they start kind of fighting each other.
Okay.
So it's a whole allegory about the Civil War, and there's other little deeper meaning stuff to it. But one, it takes place in Ireland. Two, Inisherin is a fictional island off the west coast of Ireland, much like this movie, which is, fairy tale.
It's definitely in some kind of fake Ireland because it's also like spring and fall at the same time. Like there's like flowers and apples that are ready to pick for some reason. And you're like, why? So I get that.
Let's see. Civil War in Ireland. That's an atrocity, kind of like this movie happening to Ireland. This is an atrocity. Putting out a lot of beautiful scenery shots of Ireland. In a Banshees of Inisherin, there's this old lady who's kind of like I think she's technically supposed to be like the Banshee, where she like kind of doesn't predict, but she hints at people's impending doom. Kind of like St. Bridget here. Bridget. Yep. Jesus, I keep doing it. St. Bridget. She's kind of leading people's futures, kind of telling you where you're going to go here. Your fate, right? All these movies are about fate.
The one path.
They're all about fate, right?
Yep.
And let's see what else. I had some more for that one, too. I think that's it. That's good.
Well, great work, buddy. I appreciate that. Short and sweet.
Yeah. Let's see what you need to do.
Yeah, very nice.
So that's my pitch. Do you want to hear ITM Tron's pitch?
More than anything.
Yeah, he doesn't...
Lazy again?
No, a little bit.
Okay.
He nailed it, but maybe he's a little biased now. I don't know. I asked him, I was like, hey man, pump out something here. And this is the first thing he gave me. And I was like, all right, that's good. We'll take it. So
give me the hits.
He can't speak anymore. His simulator voice nodules are not working. So I'm just going to do it for him.
Okay. Great.
Failed attempt at editing. All right, so ITM he, it, they. What do we?
There,
right?
yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. He said it's a Christmas Prince meets leap year, which
double plug?
double plug from ITM Tron. I did not set him up to do that. He did that on his own.
I'd love to see it.
And his he's even shorter than I am. His quick little synopsis here is charming, cozy love story with a sprinkle of magical destiny set in Ireland. Done.
Lovely.
Yeah. Nailed it. So
yeah, makes perfect sense.
And those are both episodes we've done, so you should go check those out. So.
Good robot.
Yeah, please don't kill us. All right, so we did actually, you know what, ITM John?
Have at it, bud.
We're gonna pull your restrictor bolts off.
Yeah, it's been a good run.
What was the thing in the New Hope?
Yeah,
R2 drone, the one that popped or whatever. He had like the restrictor.
I think it was like a restrictor bolt.
I think it was called a restricting bolt, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You did good work.
I'm doing the best I can with what
is it time for Jared's summary?
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Our most poorly named segment. We'll work on that one.
Yeah, we'll work on that one. Summarizing with Jared. I like how it's always with like one of us. Like we're always here. Just like
if we don't say our names more, people will forget who we are.
I think I got it. Jared sums it up. There you go.
Thanks, pal. Right, put that in the template.
Yeah. Jared sums it up.
Jared sums it up. So here we go. Matty Kelly, a book editor secretly in love with author Paul Kennedy, travels to Ireland for his wedding to her best friend Emma. After an encounter with a fairy at a wishing bench, Matty wakes up as... Yeah, exactly. We're led to believe maybe she's a fairy, but then
it's like, a fairy tale thing, right?
Yeah. So Matty wakes up as Paul's bride-to-be, but soon realizes their relationship isn't what she truly wants. As she spends time with James, a charming wildlife photographer, she discovers her real soulmate. And then with the help of St. Bridget's mischievous magic, Matty undoes her wish, allowing Paul and Emma to marry while she gets a second chance with James. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's it. That's the entire movie.
The whole movie.
We're done. I think we're done here.
We're going to skip a lot of it, and justifiably.
Yeah, there's nothing else to it. This movie is a stick of celery with tears on it.
Yes, that's right.
The two worst things you can have combined.
A lot of
and you got to eat
Lindsay Lohan tears.
And you got to eat it. So
that's right.
That's the worst. All right, so yeah, that's the summary. That's it, and that's the movie pretty much. But we'll do the opening. We'll cover the opening, right? Because that's goofy, and we'll get into the ending, and we'll get into some stuff in the middle.
The huge
coming up next, right after this word from our sponsor. Just kidding. I almost had you.
I got you good.
I got you real good. You're like, oh, what? Did we get a sponsor? I was going to surprise you, but the surprise is that we don't have one. So
right. Listeners, send us $5.
$5. We'll just say
Dash Luca on Venmo.
send $5, and what do you want us to say right in this moment, and we'll do it.
Totally.
Right after James, that's not your name. Jared sums it up.
Wow.
Does this smell like toast in here?
Nope. No, I'm in a different room than you.
That was one of those moments where I was like staring at my notes, and I just looked at his name, James, and I was like, that was like the word that. Oh my god.
It's going to be a long day.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's getting a little hot in here. I don't know. I can put the heat on.
Yeah, heat'll do that to you. All right.
So let's open this thing. The opening. Let's get this thing started. Let's get this Irish wish started.
Did we already talk about the MPCA? Not quite yet. I think we touched
we have not, and those are not. They're not connected to our friends. Are not friends. Enemies of the pod. The MPAA. This is the MPCA.
Mortal enemies of the pod.
Yeah, which, again, we've talked about this before. We've done 3 of their movies now, I think, or something. Motion Picture Corporation of America. And their logo. Can you come up with a more
worse name
for a like? Just, I don't know.
Truly.
Just call yourself something else. Call yourself Wishful Films.
Anything.
Wishful Films. I don't know. Like,
Crappy Movies Inc. I don't know.
Pumping them out. Films, yeah.
Yeah, I like pumping them out films.
Yeah. Make a Buck Films. Make a Buck Productions. Like, just call it what it is. Stop lying. And also,
Make Petty Cash Association.
Right off that trip to Ireland films. Yeah. So they come in, and now if you caught up with all of our episodes that we've ever done, we are so proud of you. You should let us know. There's badges we hand out. We can send you a badge.
Totally.
We could say your name if you want us to. Whatever. We can make fun of you.
Yeah, whatever you want. We'll be nice to you.
We could be nice. We could be. We'll send you a compliment sandwich. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. It'll have constructive criticism.
Yeah, of course. Anyway, so the Motion Picture Corporation of America, they have done so much stuff, and they have been around for a long time. But I'm going to focus on their string here of films, because they are leaning into the Hallmark, Netflix, Christmas run, because apparently these Christmas movies make money. So they did a Christmas Prince, which ITM Tron reminded us about, which we've also done.
Love that movie.
Christmas Inheritance, A Holiday Calendar, Princess Switch, Christmas Prince Royal Wedding, Holiday in the Wild, Night Before Christmas. Should I even keep going on? This is 2 or 3 of these movies. They're doing 3 movies a year, Jared, not James.
That's so much work.
Operation Christmas Drop? Like,
what?
Do we need that? Is that something we actually need?
Is there an elephant?
No, I don't know. I don't know if there's elephants in that.
Okay.
Yeah, A Castle for Christmas, Falling for Christmas, and The Irish Wish, and Mother of the Bride. That's the third one. That was the other one.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah. So they're just pumping out shit. Anyways,
what a good company.
Yeah. No.
And they are responsible for this one, opening credits.
Opening credits.
You know who I didn't look up, though? Bad Crevoy Productions, whoever that is.
Did not look that one up. Which, how do you spell that?
It sounds sketchy. Bad, and then Krevoy. Oh, wait. Is it Brad Crevoy?
Oh, yeah. It's a film producer, yeah. Oh, and he's the founder. He's the founder and CEO of the Motion Picture Corporation of America.
Oh, my God. So wait. Did he just put his own cash into it?
Its own production. Well, so maybe this is the production company and picture. I don't know, man.
Maybe. Interesting. Oh, wait. He worked on Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So it's all money laundering. We got to get back into it. We got to get back. We got to put our journalism hats back on, our investigative journalism.
Yeah. Oh, right. Because we talked about last time we talked about the MPCA, we were like, they're like a real thing. Like they did Purple People Eater way back in the 80s. They had a good run.
Yep.
In the early 90s. Okay. Now it's all coming back to me.
They acquired Orion, yada, yada. Yeah.
Beverly Hills Ninja. I totally forgot about those. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for reminding me.
No problem. All right, so then we're just doing we'll kind of roll through the opening until we hit our inciting incident, but there's just opening credits, and we get during the opening credits we have the saint here, Saint Bridget. She is so it comes off as a fairy tale, and I was like, what is this all about? So she's going on. Well, first he gives
the word wish. So stupid.
Which is a verb, by the way. To want something that cannot and probably will not happen. So.
But
we know that. How many wishes we make all the time? How much wishful thinking we have to make these movies better?
Constantly wishing.
And guess what? They're not happening. So
no, this movie did not turn into the game.
Okay, this movie did not turn into Endgame or Banshees of Inisherin.
That's right.
So it's a fairy tale, and then we get the title card, Irish Wish, and then the credits we get city stuff, and basically we meet our major characters here. Paul Kennedy comes in the Ferrari or whatever it is, Lamborghini, which. Best-selling author. Mercedes. I think you got to be a pretty big best-selling author to be I think at this level, the 0.01% that actually hit it.
Yeah, and this made it seem like this was his second book, maybe.
Yeah,
so
right.
I'm pretty confused.
Because he was like, "Yeah, I'm working on my second book with her." He says that later on. I was like, "So you just nailed it out of the gate?" Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well,
just suspicious.
Yeah.
But we get a taste of her bad luck. She gets her scarf caught in the cab door, rips it right off. She does a little spin around.
Classic Lohan. Classic.
I was gonna say they try to do a little bit of the classics, and I was like, lean in, make her then trip into the street and get hit by a car or something.
Yeah. She spins around and gets mud on her face. She's like, I showed up to the thing all messy.
That would be super funny. Yeah, take it all the way. I think Lindsay's getting lazy.
So so then he's a best-selling author, and then we learn that Matty is his editor, and then this whole time though, there's this tease of intimate sexual tension misdirection between the two of them. He's winking at her. She's like, "Oh, I'm in love with him." We get this sense of like, "Oh, maybe there's something."
I got to
more.
tell you something.
I got to tell you something important later. She's like building it all up in her head, making assumptions before actually knowing any facts. Doing stuff like that. And then she calls, we learn that, she talks to mom, FaceTime's mom, I think, right?
Yep.
And she's in Des Moines, Iowa there. And she's like a principal or some shit there.
Yeah.
That's our Jane Seymour. We'll go back and forth between them a couple of times. I think I read somewhere that Jane Seymour filmed all of her scenes in a day and a half.
That sounds right.
She was never on set with everyone else. She was just always away. So.
Yep.
That works out.
That tracks. And they do a ton of like exposition for us of just like, well, why don't you just tell Paul you're in love with him? And she's like, I haven't even told my best friends, let alone him. And
which,
you're like, oh, okay, well, that's going to set up the rest of the movie, I guess.
Which I think isn't it a safety tip? I think maybe where
I think you're right.
If you can't tell your friends, you probably shouldn't be doing it, or you should be doing it. I forget how it goes.
Oh yeah.
I think tie up there though. If you can't tell your friends, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. I think that's it. Something along those lines, right?
Well, we have if you don't want to be eaten by your close friends, just think positively.
I think it's earlier than that. I think it's a little bit earlier than that.
Don't have a friend named Knuckles.
Yeah. Don't have a friend named Knuckles. I think it's up there. I think it's got to be in the top 20. I think. Yeah,
no, I think you're right. Number 9, perhaps.
Number 9, yeah, top 10. Yeah, that looks right. Yeah, it looks about right. Yeah.
If you can't tell your friends, don't do it.
Don't do it. So then there's like basically the whole theme of the film is stated right here, right? The lesson she's going to learn, right? And mom's like, but it's just blatant. There's no subtlety to it. She's just like, well, you got to speak up for yourself. If he doesn't say anything, if you don't say anything, yada, 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 right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And she learns her lesson by the end of the movie. And I guess there's this whole thing too throughout. The reason why that mom isn't coming there is because mom is the principal. She's Jane Seymour, and she'll come there and she'll set things straight. It sounds like she's done the speaking for Madeline throughout her life, maybe. That's the sense I was getting. So
that's the other big message, right? Speak up for yourself.
Yeah. So I mean, the other key points of this whole scene, we're at the book launch. He's doing a book reading. We meet the other friends. Heather and
Emma and Heather.
Emma's important. And then this whole thing of which, by the way, the book reading, I mean, that's how I do all my book readings, by the way, in a really, really fancy restaurant.
True.
I read the entire book to you, too.
Of course, naturally.
Yeah. It's like a good 6-hour book launch party.
Yep. Oh, Tice called it out too. When we meet the friends here, they definitely all went to the same plastic surgeon. They all have the same cheekbones. In case you didn't notice.
Tice coming through. She comes in with the wig knowledge and the cheekbone knowledge. Like, yeah. Yep. They're like, oh, I got a guy.
Yep. But you're right. This takes forever. He's reading chapter 2 or chapter 8. Who knows? He's doing the whole book, it seems like.
Yeah.
And then he's just like starts flirting with everybody, right?
Yeah, mostly Emma. Him and Emma were kind of like hitting it off. Afterwards, he's signing her book, whatever, gives her a number. There was this moment too where Emma, or one of them, says like, well, you practically wrote the book, to Matty. And we learn later on that's actually true. And I was like, oh, he's probably a hack. So
totally. Yeah.
Whatever. You can hack yourself into a freaking Lamborghini. Let's go.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep. Love it. And then this is like the one I thought like creative editing choice that they made here when they do the so all right, first of all, they're in the back of the taxi there, right? When they reveal that he signed Emma's book with his phone number.
Yeah.
Did you catch the green screen reflection there?
No. What? Oh no. Arnar.
Yeah. This movie is definitely full of them not trying. Fix that, like,
man. Yeah, come on, fix that in post. We do.
Yeah. If we can do it, you can.
Everything we do is green screened. Come on,
that's right. But then they do like a quick like intro. Like I kind of like this. Like they like had like the months start to go by of like the calendar thing and like a real quick montage of like what had been going on, and then like all of a sudden we're at the airport.
Oh yeah. Oh,
that little transition there.
It was kind of like this flash forward thing too. It also felt like a Guy Ritchie Snatch kind of thing, where they stamped the thing real fast, closed the cab, boom, boom, and then we're at the airport. And I was like, I liked it. Stole it from Guy Ritchie. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Do more of that.
Yeah, steal from people who do good stuff.
Thief more stuff,
and then make it your own. So I like that. That's fine. That's fun.
Yeah, and then that's where we get intro to James, right?
Yeah. We meet him at the airport. They're having a little battle over luggage, and she
tries to steal his bag.
Classic American move. He's like, 538, that's my luggage. That's what he says to her.
Except he's English.
Oh, right. But isn't he supposed to be Irish?
No, he's supposed to be English for some reason. Yeah. Which I also thought was silly.
Yeah, because he was like, there was this. I guess he travels the world, so he was just like.
They call him like the Englishman at some point. The pub guy is like, like that English guy.
I think I was doing the dishes the entire time this movie was playing.
That sounds right.
I'm just washing the same plate over. I'm like one person. I wash the same plate over and over again. Jesus.
Nope. Yep. No. Paul's the Irish one who's from Wales, and James is the English one who maybe is actually English.
I guess I was confused. I was like, I think they're all British, but they're both supposed to be all Irish.
No. Yeah, they're all British, but one's supposed to be Irish.
Very confusing. So we meet James, and that's important because that's kind of the kickoff. And then she gets stuck at the airport because of missing luggage, and then she gets on the bus and she runs into James again.
Yep.
And that's kind of where we are. We get a lot of beautiful Ireland transition shots.
That's the whole setup, pretty much. Like this place looks like a fairy tale. Is kind of what she says over and over again, right?
Right. If we didn't already know by the message in the beginning from the saint there. And then
I think we fast forward a bit.
I think we pull an editing move that the movie did, and we kind of.
Yep. And now she meets Paul's family. It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. A bunch of stuff. Mostly the stuff from the trailer happens, right?
Yep.
We learn a little bit about Paul, James' background. He meets the bartender there, right?
Yep.
Who gives him his life lesson. I think that's kind of important. Maybe the bartender gives him his life lesson, which I do all the time to people who come in.
Of course.
I'm like, you just got to settle down and find yourself a nice woman, And I do it in an Irish accent because, if you say it in an American English accent, it's like you just sound like a dick. No one's going to trust you. Yeah, no one's going to trust you. You just sound like a dick.
Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah. What I think you should do is settle down and find yourself a nice woman. What the? Here's another beer. Get out of here.
Not into women.
Well, then find yourself a nice something. Settle down.
Yep. And then we cut to they are talking about the inspiration for his book, and they're like, "Oh yeah, what about that lake? That lake that Russ was telling us about at the beginning."
Loch Tay.
That's right. And we're doing a little boat picnic for some reason. Which
I found this part funny. So they're walking their way to, it's the friends and the brother and the whole crew here.
Corey.
And they're on their way to the lake. And so what was funny is that Emma is going to be his soon to be, right? And then Heather's there, and then Corey's there, and then Lindsay Lohan, Maddie's there, right? And they're walking and talking. And then they start talking about the lake and how it was on the cover of the book. And then Emma, his soon to be wife, starts talking about, isn't this the one where like the woman comes out of a lake or something like that, yada yada, and like
the mystical fairy or whatever?
But she starts explaining it like wrong, like she didn't read the book, and then Lindsay Lohan, Maddie like corrects her and was like, no, this is da, and like because Maddie wrote the book technically, but
and Emma didn't read it because we know that from the last scene.
Oh right, yeah.
At the beginning, we're like, she can't read.
No, and it's just
she's illiterate actually.
Yeah, just read. I don't know. Read the book. Read your friend's book. Read your husband's book. Anyways, but all this leads up to is they pair off and they go on their little boat journey, and Maddie's like, I'm going to go for a walk. So she goes for a walk in the beautiful land of Ireland, and she finds a cool wishing rock chair.
That's right. Yeah, the wishing chair.
The wishing chair.
Literally, they're like, oh, it's a wishing chair.
Or some would call it Thanos' throne because he wants a wish to snap everyone away. So
some would, and don't we all?
Don't we all? So it's Irish Thanos' chair.
That's right. That's right. And that's when we get she's on the phone from the trailer. She's on the phone with her mom being like, I just think things would have been differently if I had told him, like, I wish I could do things over again. And then it's like the phone glitches out and you're like,
here we go.
Mom, where are you?
Yeah, she's been snapped away. That's why. She's been snapped away. Endgame I'm telling you,
you're totally right.
These movies are way closer than you think.
You're totally right. And that's when we get our sneaky St. Bridget.
I love this idea, aka Loki. Again, more Endgame stuff here.
Yes.
I love this idea that this movie takes place like in the middle of Infinity War when he does snap and like the mom disappears and the timeline gets all screwed up.
I mean, kind of.
Not wrong.
It is the same, I guess. You're right.
I am inevitable. All right. So yeah, we get the same. This is Irish Thanos. I am inevitable.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, St. Bridget
she makes the titular Irish wish.
Yeah, she snaps her finger, and there we go. And we're off and running. And that's it. Yeah, she's kind of weird. She's kind of goofy, just running around, just doing wishes. So,
yep. And then we're gonna fast forward again, probably.
Yeah, I think because like there's not much. From this point on, it's like the Freaky Friday. It's just I'm in a different body. I'm in a different fish out of water kind of thing. Where now from this point forward, it's her being like freaked out that she's in a different timeline.
Yep.
And trying to figure out how to acclimate to it. Obviously, now she's going to be marrying Paul, whereas before she wasn't.
Yep.
And just a bunch of hijinks, a bunch of Lindsay Lohan hijinks from this point forward, really, right?
Yep. They spend a ton of time doing like all of the like, wait a second, I'm the one getting married now? This is my ring on my finger? That's my soon-to-be mother-in-law? Or talking about my wedding cake?
My dress?
Yeah, I don't care about any of this. Yeah, they do a little bit of like hinting at like this is the wrong timeline with like the apple picking incident where Matty is riding bikes with Paul and then she like falls off and crashes the bike and then Emma takes over.
Couldn't she pick a timeline where she knew how to ride a bike?
Right.
How old are you? Like, come on. Like,
you didn't include that in your wish.
There's a certain point where I think you need to know how to swim and ride a bike. Like, it's just.
I wish I was marrying Paul and that I knew how to ride a bike. You can't have two wishes.
You can't have two. Yeah. That leprechaun pops around the corner. You can't have two wishes.
Everybody gets one.
By the way, everyone knows you wish for more wishes, right? Isn't that what you do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Naturally. Okay. Ridiculous. Yeah. St. Bridget is a genie.
Yeah.
And so then, but yeah, they're like setting up here that if things aren't quite right, and Emma is maybe the one who belongs with Paul after all, and who cares? Yeah. Because then we get to James, who's been not in the movie really so far until now.
No.
But he pops into a bookstore buying a book about something. Who cares?
It doesn't matter.
And they're like, wow, congratulations. You're our lucky 100th customer where you get a free book. And it happens to be the
Russ
one from the other character.
Oh, no. Oh, shit. Damn it.
Available wherever I buy books.
That's right.
Russ Capasso host.
That's right. Wherever you buy books.
Yeah, for only like $5 and change, probably something like that on the ebook.
Oh yeah, ebook. I was like, whoa.
Bargain at any price.
Yeah, what? $4.99. Let's settle down.
$4.99. Ooh, under $5.
Yeah, man.
Oof. I mean, if I were a listener,
I would be getting a copy and I'd be reading it and I'd be giving it great reviews, right?
I'd drop what I was doing right now and do all those things. Yeah.
Well, after you review this podcast, too.
Mm-hmm. Don't buy Starbucks today. Just buy Russ's book. It's the same price.
I think my book's probably cheaper.
Probably, depending on what you get.
It's cheaper than eggs.
That's right. Cheaper than eggs, cheaper than McDonald's, whatever you want.
A little more than it's like 2 gallons of gas. It's like a gallon and a quarter of gas. So
neither of us buy gas. No one knows.
I know. Right? I think it's like $3 or something. Whatever. Yeah. It's still too high.
How much can a banana cost, Michael? $10. And so he's literally like, no, thank you. I don't want that book. And they're like, no, you have to take it. And so he does.
Yeah.
And then I just wanted to talk about this scene because I love that they do this a bunch where St. Bridget just like pops in and like you said, like Loki style, just like, she's like, hey, and she like puts a canceled sign on the event that James was supposed to do. And you're like,
not to be logic police here, but no one can see her other than Matty, right?
Right.
So then then that would imply that all the things she's doing in the real world, no one could actually see.
Right. And like the sheep shearing festival, like you would think James would like verify that it's not happening somehow. Like, I don't know, go to the website because it's 2025.
I mean, it's in town. Just walk to the place and like, hey, is this actually, why is this canceled?
He like walks out of the bookstore, sees the sign that says cancel, and he's like, "Oh man, I was really looking forward to that job." What? It's like what's the alternate timeline now where like the sheep shearing festival is like, we don't have anyone to photograph the sheep.
Yeah, right. What are we gonna do?
Where's James? Like they would have called him for sure or something, right? Like, I don't know. It's all very ridiculous. Falls apart as soon as you start thinking about it.
So don't think about it, which is, I think, what Netflix wants you to do, not think about it.
Yeah, so, I think you're right. And that's when Lindsay's doing her dress trying on of like the grandmother's wedding dress instead of the one that she actually wants. And that's when she runs out of the dress trying shop, falls into James's car just from the trailer. And
it's all destiny.
All of a sudden, wow, she found a photographer for the wedding because they were struggling because mom is awful.
Yeah, what a stretch here. Like mom has like tons and tons of money, it seems like.
Yeah, but she can't find a single photographer in all of Ireland.
In all of Ireland. Oh, geez.
Yeah, it's insane. None of this makes any sense.
Yeah. Well, 50% of them got snapped away, and there's only like 4 in Ireland, so.
Yeah, I guess you're right, actually. In the case of the snap, it makes perfect sense.
All right, so then we skip a bunch of stuff. And it's crazy because if you watch a trailer or go more preferably listen to our episode of the trailer, that's all this movie is. Everything in here is in the trailer, and then we get to, let's say, the one point. I guess the one next big point is when they're going to go do photography stuff.
Yep.
And Paul has to stay home because there's a hijinks thing where he got hit in the face and he can't go photography thing or whatever. He's sick. So then
he got hit in the nuts because you're right.
Well, and he got a little elbow.
And he's yeah, little both.
So then basically the setup is that Matty and James go out to do photography of the coast and get
location scouting,
stuff like that. So
there's one funny thing in between that I just wanted to call out because I enjoyed it. So the part of the premise here too is that mom is going to miss her flight.
Yes,
and that's why she's not going to make it. But then the next time we see mom, they do like a comical like title card thing for Des Moines, Iowa.
Oh yeah, it's like on the.
They haven't done that in any other parts of the movie. Why would you do that now?
I don't know. I was like, why? What?
But just like, I love a good inconsistency. I feel like the last few movies we've done have had something like that where they're like, they do like a weird title card or something.
Yeah.
That's like out of left field that they've never done before.
Yeah.
And never do again.
I guess it's good for like one joke. And then we're like, man, moving on from it.
Remember Iowa?
Yeah.
Nope.
No, I don't.
But yeah, they're going to the Cliffs and Moor, right? That's the where they're driving around to do their location scouting.
Sorry, I'm going back to Iowa here. I feel like you and I went to a party a long time ago. Went to many
in Iowa.
No, but I remember having a conversation with somebody, and I was like, I don't know what was going on. I was shitting on Iowa about it because I'd been there, and I was like, I don't know, whatever. And I kind of just shit on Iowa.
It's not great, yeah.
No, it's not heaven either. And the person at the end, once I was all done, was like, "Oh, I'm from Iowa," and I just looked at them and I was like, "Oh, so you know what I'm talking about?" They did not talk to me for the rest of the time.
I feel like I do remember that.
I feel like you and I were together at some party.
Yeah. Yep. That sounds exactly right. Yep. And that's how you make enemies.
We will not be exchanging MySpace accounts. It was a different time. Right. It was a different time. All right, so we're at the beautiful coast and the cliffs of Moher in Ireland here. Our beautiful cliffs where many ships have crashed and sirens of the sea. I think they're doing photos. And then there's a storm brewing.
Yeah. So out of nowhere, things all of a sudden take a turn.
Yeah, weather changes quickly in islands.
And then Ireland, we're like, famous for fields mostly. and hills and whatnot, like out of nowhere, there's a giant tree that falls across the street and they can't go anywhere. And you're like, where'd that giant tree come from?
Damn, it's the only road out of town, which it's possible. It's possible. I don't know. I've never been there, so.
That part's
I mean, I've been to Ireland, but I haven't been to this part, so who knows? But yeah.
But of course, he knows a nice little pub they can go to.
And this is the halfway point. So we roll into the pub, and we're hanging. So wait, hold on. Now I'm all screwed up. Oh, this is a different pub. Okay, different pub.
Yeah, different pub. Not with our buddy there.
Yeah.
And they're like, they seem like they're on a date at this point. Like they're giggling in the rain, and they're like, like with the share a little jacket, and like, so they got the best fish and chips in Ireland. Here. And she's like, I thought you didn't like fish and chips. And he's like, who told you that? Because in the other timeline, he said something about fish and chips.
And she does that like multiple times throughout, where she just starts referencing lines that he couldn't have said to her because they didn't know each other. But, so then he's like, well, I guess we'll stay the night. We'll get 2 rooms here. I love the idea of the pub and inn combo. Like, that sounds awesome. There's a place in Chicago that's kind of like that. It's an old saloon, and above is like an inn. There's only like 3 or 4 rooms there. I stayed there.
Yeah.
It was dope. Yeah, Eagle.
Sounds great.
Eagle something. Anyone should go. You should go.
Yeah, I should go.
Yeah, you should go.
Let's just go.
Food's delicious. Drinks are great. Beer's cool. Atmosphere's awesome.
Yeah.
Get drunk and go roll right upstairs.
Ireland Tourism Board.
Via Chicago.
Chicago.
Anyways, right, so then we're at the pub. We're having some pints. She's a white wine drinker, but is turning into a pint drinker, Guinness drinker, because
all of a sudden, because when in Rome,
when in Ireland, it's always a Guinness commercial. So
that's right.
And they kind of back and forth. And they're talking to each other about his life, and he's a nomad and he can't settle down. Blah blah blah. Right. And kind of getting more of his like his flaw, his problem.
Commitment.
Pretty much.
Commitment.
And then
she teaches her how to play darts.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, I mean it's just in the arm, just in the hand, elbow down, elbow up. So
they like flirt, almost kiss a little bit. She's like, I'm getting married in 2 days. I can't do this.
Reminder. Yeah.
Plot point.
And then they just get shithoused and start dancing, and it's river dance, pretty much. They just do a very highly choreographed dance with everyone in the pub, and it's all of a sudden music. Everyone's a professional dancer.
Everyone's a pro. Yep. You're like, I don't think this is how it works. This is not.
When I get drunk, I like to think that I'm a professional dancer, and
so you think maybe it was like in their minds, this is what it looked like?
Yeah, but what we see, because it's a different timeline. What we see, it's like, oh, look at this, is professional, but it's probably just like,
Yeah, the Always Sunny at the family reunion there, or the high school reunion.
The beer fest moment,
Like, Yep. Perfect. I wish.
But mostly this whole scene is just showing that their chemistry is a brewing. Chemistry is a brewing here between the two of them.
That's right.
And and that's it. Meanwhile, back in Des Moines, Iowa, Mom is just trying to get to the airport. It's not happening. It will not happen. So,
Then we kind of like fast forward again, and there's like a bunch of other stuff that happens where they get sprayed with mud because they're going to be late to the rehearsal dinner, like they try to like push start the car, but like I don't know. I hated that one too because they get sprayed with like a little tiny bit of mud, and then the next scene they're like covered in mud.
Yeah,
you're like, what?
Which is it? By the way, that pub place inn that they were at. On the outside, it was called, I think it said the Wild Hen Inn, and I went to go look it up. And there is a place actually out there. It is like a pub, restaurant, inn. In the Cliffs of Moher, you can go and go see. I think it's probably in the same area. It's called the Wild Honey Inn, though. So I don't know if maybe I read it wrong on the thing, but
could be. That's fun.
Yeah, looks great. I would go there.
I would totally go there. Yeah.
Listeners, send us $5 so we can go.
Yeah, please. More than that, Jared Luca on Venmo. I'll split with the rest.
$2.50.
Yep. And then there's a lot more stuff where like
nothing
basically
happens.
Again, but they're pushing the premise here that maybe Maddie and Paul don't belong together. Like there's an awkward dancing scene. Paul's dancing with Emma because like she's actually good at dancing, and like who cares, right? Like, but that's
Destiny is going to step in here, right? And
Mom's not coming to the wedding.
Mom's not
very
making
clear.
It. we get to the rehearsal dinner. Obviously, so the dancing, all that stuff's going on. Paul's like, hey, I wrote our wedding vows. And I was like, dude, she's a writer and an editor. She edited your book. Technically, she wrote your book, it sounds like. I think she'd do just fine, you know?
Yeah. And he asked her to punch him up. He's like, oh, yeah, why don't you edit our vows? Like, that can be your job. I emailed it to you.
Dick.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
And then, it's just more kind of like this we're separated, lonesome kind of moment, you know?
Yeah. And then
that lasts for a wedding day. Like lasts for like a really long time. It reminds me of the same scene in Wedding Crashers. Remember that moment where like they're all in their own rooms and they're like having this the sad music's playing and like, oh, longing, and he goes to knock on the door, he doesn't knock on the door. It's the same thing.
Takes forever.
But this takes forever, and that actually had purpose. This doesn't.
Yep.
So
agreed. And then we're at the big day.
Big day. Let's go. Oh, by the way, in between all of this, and I want to call this out because Christmas Prince did this a lot. Castle transition shots.
Yeah.
Gotta do it. It's gotta happen. There's so many. Nighttime, daytime.
Gotta have it, yeah.
If you're renting the space, shoot it. You know what I mean?
Why make a proper transition where you can just throw a shot of scenery?
It cost us $1 million to rent this place out of our $6 million, $5 million budget. Let's get all we can. So
totally worth it.
Lesson learned. And it eats up screen time. That's 30 seconds less. You don't need to worry about the script or anything important.
That's how we make it feature length.
Yep. Don't have to worry about character development. Don't have to worry about any plot.
So it's a big day, and Paul's like waiting on what's happening, and Emma is there, and Heather shows up. They're walking down the aisle. Everyone's looking for each other.
Ready to go. Let's go.
Yeah, let's fire it up. Except for all of a sudden, here comes the bride. Matty pops in, not in a wedding dress. Whoa.
She's gone rogue.
And the father's like, oh dear, because he's like has like 2 throwaway lines and he sucks.
Like, I've seen this before. Yeah.
And so then she does a big speech, right? She addresses the crowd like, I'm the bride, or well, I was supposed to be. Paul's a good guy and a good writer, but people have always been telling me to speak up for myself. I think I really should speak up for myself. I'm not in love with Paul.
Speak up for myself.
He feels
speak
the
up
same
myself.
about me.
Yeah. Well, there's also just before this whole big speech starts too. There's a moment she has with the priest, because I want to call this out because I was like, is this whole movie just based on a Rolling Stones song? Because he's like, hey, I made a wish with Saint Bridget there. And he literally is just like, she won't give you what you want, but she'll give you what you need.
Yep. Yeah, that is the summary of the movie.
That's pretty much it.
Yep.
Anyway, so big speech.
Yep. Yeah. And then they start a little fight because Paul's like, wait a second, I'm not letting you ruin our wedding. You have to marry me.
Yeah, I'm not letting that guy James there take my woman.
That's right. It's the photographer's fault.
All right, get him.
She's like, what about you and Emma last night? And he's like, that's irrelevant.
That's irrelevant.
That's going to come back to bite him in a second.
I like to present Exhibit A to the courtroom.
Yep. And then James brings up, well, at least I'm not stealing Maddie's ideas. Which you're like, wait a second, that doesn't sound like it's a pretty non sequitur from the last thing that was said, but okay.
Yeah.
And then they get into a fist fight. Paul and James. Love it.
Big fight, like Endgame. Big battle. Here we are on the battlefield.
That's right.
Epic. We got people pulling. We got things all happen. People falling over into things. It's basically Endgame. It's just Endgame. So.
Yep. Lindsay Lohan doing a little bit of slapsticks, like knocking over some flowers and falling down. Like the phone falls out of her hands, and it's her mom that's calling, and she's in the hospital in Des Moines. Was the wedding everything you dreamt of, sweetie? And she's like, I couldn't have dreamed this.
So then they wrap things up, and Maddie, they wrap up all stuff, and then he's like, I knew it was gonna be a problem because I get too emotionally involved, and their eyes are red, they're about to start crying, and we're meant to be together, and he's like, not like this, and he's like, or she's like, not like this, and he's like, not like
James.
this. Yeah, this is James, sorry. And then and he just like he walks away, and she's like, nah, and then like catch up with them, and they kiss, right, and they have like this epic like slow-mo 360
it's all
camera,
gonna work out.
Christopher Nolan shot. We're zooming, zip around. This is beautiful. Oh, this is the moment. This is it. And then he just like walks away. Goodbye, Maddie.
He's like, well, see ya.
Gets in his cool ass Triumph and takes off.
Yep. Then they have like a little car chase through Ireland.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure if at first I thought she was chasing him, but then I realized she's actually just going to back to the Thanos throne.
The Thanos throne. That's right. Yeah. The wishing chair.
The wishing chair.
And then it's a classic. Like you've seen this trope 100 times where she's like screaming into the wind. I know you're here, St. Bridget. Reveal yourself.
You bitch. Show yourself.
This is a mistake. Take it back. Take it back.
Ripping shrubbery out, tipping over trees.
Yeah. And this is when I wish St. Bridget showed up and was like, you can't take it back. But no, that doesn't happen.
No,
she's like, no need to shout, dearie. I'm right here.
Right behind her. I'm right behind you.
Turn around.
Turn around.
Yeah. And then, and St. Bridget is a wicked, annoying character the whole movie because she's like, has it gone wrong? Or is it really just as it was supposed to be? No, it's gone terribly wrong.
Yeah.
That's me Lucky Charms.
Yeah. You're just messing with my life at this point. Like, people's lives, man.
Then she's like, I hate this part too, because then she's like, let me unwish the wish. I can do this. I just need a little wind. And you're like, oh, the wind was the key.
She's like, there we go. Good to go.
Yep. And then she's like, take back my wish. And then we get a nice little rewind of the whole movie. You're like, wait, none of this happened.
We could have just watched this movie in like 1.5, two speed, 2x.
Infuriating.
The whole movie just rewound.
Yep, all for nothing. Yep. And then she's back in the bathroom in the house at the beginning when she's getting ready for Emma's wedding, the correct wedding.
Correct
and then
wedding.
She's like, well, why aren't you dressed yet in your bridesmaid dress? And she's like, oh, that's right. I'm supposed to be a bridesmaid. And her mom calls and she's like, how's your foot that you got injured in your horrible accident? And she's like, oh, my arthritis? I'm fine.
It's fine. And mom's not at the wedding. So, right? So that's wraps.
Because why would she be?
Yep, that's right. Exactly. She doesn't need to be there. So,
as it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I hate this movie. I hate this movie so much.
All right, so they have the wedding.
You'd think it's over. You would think it's over, but there's so much more.
So everyone's happy for Paul and Emma. They're all done, right? And then Maddie goes up to the photographer, and she's like, oh, it looks like Paul. It's Paul's stunt double, basically. And he's like, huh? Yep. What? I'm taking photos. And then she's like, oh, damn. Then it's party time. We're all partying. Heather hooks up with some guy. Everyone's dancing. Everyone's a good time except for Maddie. She's just sitting there, drinks her Guinness, right? Because, she learned a lesson. Don't order.
Now she likes to drink.
The real lesson she learned was don't order white wine in a pub in Ireland.
That's right. Yep.
That'd been great if it just ended right there and she's like, drink Guinness. Pint of Guinness is good for your health. It just ends.
My goodness, my Guinness. The end.
The end. Oh, that'd be amazing. So then Paul and Maddie chat, and he's like, hey, the numbers in the U.S. are crazy right now. They want a sequel. Let's go. He's like, I want you to start it while I'm on my honeymoon. All right, settle down.
And she's like, oh, cool. Yeah. Am I getting co-writing credit on this one? And he's like, babe. not how it works.
Not how it works around here. That's how it works in the industry, in the biz.
She's like, well, let me tell you, that's not how you telling me how it doesn't work is how it work.
Doesn't work. This is me learning my lesson, speaking up for myself now. So.
Yeah, I'm going to write my own story.
That's right.
Okay.
Seems like you just gave it the cash cow. Like he's already established. People are going to buy his next book. Like it's nothing. You're going to make a cut off that. So
pennies,
royalties. So yeah, and then I'm going to write my own story. And she literally turns and says it to the camera. I was like, I want to punch this movie through the universe. I want to snap this movie actually away. Like
if only we could. Give my life back.
Yeah. So then we go to the pub and she's looking for James and bartender's like, he just left. You just missed him.
Just missed him.
He just hopped on his ship and he took off and he set sail. Nah, he's right outside on a bench just chilling, thinking about life.
How convenient.
Yeah.
And then she's like doing it again where she like, if you know things that are supposed to happen, don't like give it up when you're talking to the person who's supposed to happen to, because she's like, you know what, you're a nature photographer, right? I've been thinking a lot about this Bolivian tree lizard. And he's like, oh, funny you mention that. I just got hired to do a job there. And she's like, really? He's like, but I turned it down because I met a woman who tried to steal my bag. And you're like, what?
So then I thought he was also, didn't he talk about he met some woman who told him to stick around because of fate or something? And I think, did he meet St. Bridget then?
No, he's talking about her because she told him that. She was like, maybe you haven't met the right guy.
Oh, that's what it was. I was like, then I got really confused. I was like, wait, what?
No, it was her. He's talking about her the whole time.
Trying to give him more credit where like she crossed the line and like,
No, it's stupid. It's awful. And so he's like, well, how long are you going to be in Ireland? Because I'll be here as long as you're here. And she's like, as long as it takes. I'm writing a book about the Cliffs of Moher.
That's what the Avengers says. Whatever it takes. The Avengers. They said whatever it takes. That's her tagline. I'm telling you, man.
It's the same movie.
It's the same movie. She's like, whatever it takes. I'll be here for whatever it takes.
Which I was also like, wait, how are you gonna weren't you living in Manhattan? Like, how are you gonna pay or Des Moines? How are you gonna pay to live in Ireland and write your book? Like, don't you have a job?
She's an editor. She's getting some royalty cuts.
I hope so.
Seriously. But yeah, and she starts listing all the things that they talked about earlier on in the other timeline where she learned about him. And she's like, oh, the Cliffs of Moher. And he's like, oh, I love it up there. And then it's like, fancy a snack. And now they cut to them on the cliffs there and they're walking. And he's like, you fancy a snack? I know this pub. And she's like, as long as we can play darts.
Yeah. And St. Bridget's like across the street and she turns around and she's like,
another timeline screwed with.
Yeah.
And I think that's the last line of the movie is only if we can play darts.
Something where he's like, and then she's like, oh, and do you dance too? And he's like, yeah, of course. And she's like, I had a feeling.
The end.
It's like wink at the camera.
And the end. And it like zooms in on her eye and like ends it. Oh my god!
A little wind.
Yeah,
a little wind for a wish.
A little wind for a wish, would you? Okay, let's. Can we ameliorate this thing?
I'm not sure if we can.
I don't know either.
I guess
make Paul more of a dick.
Yeah, I agree. He was too nice.
Yeah, like you have to make him a dick. Right?
Make him really obviously not the right one.
Yeah.
Because I think this movie could have gone either way and she would have been perfectly happy, just fine. Yeah. If she'd gone forward with that wedding, I think it would have been totally fine.
Like, he was a little annoying. He's like, come on, babe, keep up. Because she was like, she didn't know how to ride a bike. And he's like, ahead of her by like 10 feet. I'm like, dude, settle down.
It was pretty funny.
But come on, babe, hurry up. And she's like, I'm trying.
He's like, I'm trying to get some cardio in there.
Cardio. Here in Ireland, my favorite country. Yep. All right, so yeah, I feel like giving him make him more of a dick.
Yep, make James Irish.
Yeah,
that would have been better, I think.
Yeah, probably would have been better. Oh my god!
Give the pub guy some more lines. I liked him. He was cool. The one who's bartender? Like James's friend. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tom or whatever his name. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy seemed wise.
Yeah, he seemed to know his shit.
Yeah, give that guy more lines.
Yeah.
Make Emma from Iowa instead of English.
Yep, that's a good start. I think we're now just like this isn't ameliorating. We're just like, be consistent. Actually, make a movie that knows what it's doing.
Yeah, write a script correctly. Don't give me some stakes because at the end they just undo the whole movie and you're like, oh.
Yeah, they unwound the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, now you have all this insider trading info on James, so you can use this to then manipulate the situation for what you want. Yeah,
which is creepy. Yeah.
Oh,
or lean into the creep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Make James be like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be with this woman, but she knows so much about me somehow.
Yeah. And she cuts up his fish and chips for him because he likes that. And it's like, that's a really weird thing. But she does it for him. He's like, how did you know that? And she's like, I've been following you.
Like hobbles her or something.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I think you make it better by then. She actually, I know how you do this. You ready for this?
Okay.
Let's have St. Bridget there. She's got to, it's kind of like a take over the throne type of thing. Where she's manipulating Matty the entire time, and what she needs to do is take her spot,
like a genie scenario.
Yeah, exactly. Take her spots, and her soul can go and That's what we want. That's what we need. That's
what we want. Yeah. And she's the lady of the chair.
Then she becomes lady of the chair, and then she has to rope in some other person to group their timeline to then get them to take over there, so that she can go be free.
I like that.
It's not what if you don't get the things you want, you get the things you need, So.
Yeah. You get what you get, and you don't get upset.
As we always get what you get.
Arr. Give me pirates. Put pirates in this movie.
Yeah.
That would be fun, right? Like a book pirate.
Yeah, book pirate.
Like, all right, that's my manuscript.
All right. It was a cold and windy night on the ship. Great start.
Yeah. Make it black and white, maybe. Do like the Lighthouse one with Daniel Radcliffe, or was that Robert Pattinson? I
Robert
get the
Pattinson. Batman and Harry Potter, not wrong.
Yeah, British people,
Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right. Anything else? No. Stakes. Make it lean into the ghost.
Make it black and white.
Make it black and white. Throw more pirates in there. That's how you make this movie better.
Yeah, completely change it. Just completely change it.
Completely change it. All right, I'm aboard with that. All right, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah,
I think
good way to end.
I think we're gonna set sail on this one.
Arr.
Welcome to Plank. Arr. All right, yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with the whole new movie, trailer trash and all that. No clue what it's going to be, but it'll be something. Anytime you follow us on Instagram, It's This Meets That. Subscribe to us, review, listen to podcasts, auto download, because that's the nice thing to do. And if you like the show, tell a friend.
Yeah. Or tell a stranger. Leave a review. That's a thing you can do, and a thing that we appreciate. It helps us out. Algorithms, all that jazz. Yeah. 5 stars, Apple Podcasts.
Science.
Yeah. Just Google, how do I write a podcast review? It'll tell you.
That's it.
Or you want to send us long form feedback? We'll read it in Trailer Trash if you send us an email. It's thismeetsthat@gmail.com. You don't want to do any of that stuff? Just go to the website, because we love those sweet, sweet page views.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Russell page views. That's what they call them.
That's my middle name. Twice.
Yeah, that's right. There's information about the show, all the old episodes, 343 at this point, I believe, something like that.
I should add in too, if you want to sponsor us, send us $5 and we'll make fun of you or give you a compliment sandwich or whatever.
Whatever, specify with it. Venmo me at Jared-Luca. Yeah. Say what you want us to do, and we'll do it.
Yeah, we'll right after Jared's sums it up, we'll do a sponsored by.
Yeah, we'll do anything for money.
Pretty much. I mean,
Speaking of, buy Russ's book, Coast.
That's right. Go. Not yet a best-selling author, but soon to be.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't want to Venmo me $5, just give Russ $5 via Amazon.
That's right.
And anyway, it doesn't matter. Just go to itsthismeetsthat.com. Nothing matters.